You know those photos of dogs that look guilty in front of a chewed up sofa? I'm feeling a bit like that right now. This is not the book you're used to seeing, is it? Well, where to start? This is the book you're used to seeing. Look at it. It was so beautiful. I loved it so much. And, well, it's falling apart. This I'm actually responsible for. I was going to check something and, well... I don't know. It's history, I guess. But I mean, let me defend myself in a wordy video. One thing that I always talk about as a problem is the bulk, the thickness of the book, journal, setup, whatever you want to call it. And I had the thought that I actually don't need a full Leuchtturm for daily planning at the front or project planning at the back. I actually only need half a book. So I took a new book and cut it in half and put the two halves, you know, in the front and the back. Same setup. I'm not changing anything. I'm not changing anything big, just the size of the notebooks. So, I mean, I know it's the 3rd of December and this is my December book, and I'm already transferring or moving into a new book. But I mean, it really was falling apart. Look at this. There's tape everywhere, even gaffer tape, and still this was coming apart. So I either needed to put tape on every page, you know, to repair it, or I needed to change books. Plus, I have used up a lot of my Next Action pages, and as you can see, I have two different systems. One, my previous system was crossing things out, and my new system is crossing them off here on the sides, you know, more like clean way of crossing things off, which means in the end you only you have all the text still, but you have two lines that signify that everything is done. So, I mean, I need new space for my next actions. I don't like having this mixed system where some things are crossed out. How else can I defend my decision? Well, this journaling section was getting too thick, and I've taken out a couple of signatures, and I was thinking, should I take out one more signature to, you know, compensate for the ridiculous stuff I put in? And then I thought, why not start from scratch? It's my book, it's my life, I can do what I want. And this happens all the time. Always when I buy a new book, I'm thinking, oh, this will be perfect. I will have one system to rule them all, one setup, and then, you know, things happen. So what I need to do, I mean, I've just talked about this. I've started world building in my back book. So these pages, at least the one with the map, because I don't want to redraw the map, I need to transfer it to the new setup, the new back book. So it goes here, I guess, or here, maybe. I don't know yet. I haven't glued this, the first page to the cover yet. Maybe I should do that. And if so, the map goes there. I think I'm not going to glue the back, the back cover of the front book. Okay, this one. I'm not going to glue that onto here because, well, every time I change setups, I need to rip things off. Like I glue pages to the cover and then I try to salvage the page and then I glue it onto a new back cover or whatever it is. So I'm trying out something new this time. I only put gaffa. So there's gaffa around the spine, the outer spine, to hold the whole thing together. But there's also gaffa in here to hold the back cover, which is loose. It doesn't belong to this book. It's just the front cover and half the book. Then a back cover from another book that I have gaffed onto the inside of the spine here. So it holds the cover here, and then I've sort of folded it to stick to the signatures in here, and then I've glued it to the inside of the spine, and same in the back. I have put my someday maybe insert in the middle and my world building notes that I'm going to transfer to the back book. And I also have this insert that I mean, yes, there are more changes, I confess, but I was project journaling in this one, but I think I need somewhere to put my calendar spreads, like for the next year. I need an insert where I just put calendar spreads, and I think this might be the one. So where do I project journal? Well, I was thinking, since I had the problem of this journaling section getting too big, I'm thinking I might use the front book for my monthly booklet, as usual, in the front, and then project journaling and random notes. So where do I put my regular journaling? Well, I was thinking that could go into, that could be an insert. So if I use, this is just an example. I've been folding some pages today. Why not use them? So if I use pages that are already dyed, so I don't have to paint each and every page before using it, that removes some stress, I think. Let's see, where's the third string? Here it is. Maybe I want I want the journaling to be before everything else here. So the first string, I'm just moving the string to be first. So if I put my journaling pages, like my more creative journaling pages that I embellish and paint and put like stickers and bookmarks and washi tape on, maybe that should be its own insert. And I know I've been back and forth on this, and I put it in the back book, I put it in the front book, I put it everywhere. But it's an ongoing problem, because I do like to embellish with bulky stuff, like bits and pieces of fabric and just clusters like this. And what else do we have? Like this. I mean, it adds up. It does. And I don't want to stop doing that. And so I've had this, sometimes I have, during periods of time, I've journaled in a separate book. Like I've made a junk journal that I have journaled in and kept my personal journaling separate. But I really love having everything in one book. That is the goal. So I'm thinking, if I just put relatively thin inserts or just pages that I fold like this into the setup, and then when they're filled in or finished or whatever, filled up, I take them out and archive them in a junk journal cover. So say that I use this one. This is not very Christmassy, but let's just, you know, I prepare a junk journal with strings where I can archive, what's it called? Inserts, signatures, well, whatever. I take one signature / insert at a time from the junk journal cover and put it in the setup like that. This is too big. It needs to be cut down, but never mind, you get the general idea. I use it to journal. Actually, this is really a good size. Who knew? I journal in it until I've filled all the pages, and then I take it out, and it doesn't matter if that's in the beginning of a month or in the middle or whenever. I just use the inserts and replace them when I'm done. So that way they end up being archived in a book where there's lots of room for growth. You know, this is not a gator mouth. I mean, can I hear a wahoo? I made a book that's not a gator mouth. So I guess the next step is to make an insert that is Christmassy, because I can't live without my Christmas stuff. So, do we believe that this is what it's going to be from now on? Do we, like, move forward with this? That's a rhetorical question, by the way. Ruler from my old setup. I loved this. It's just, you know, sometimes you need to abandon things. So let's see. I have prepped a few pages. That's fine. I can journal about projects on them anyway. But this is the tracker page. So now you'll get to see this process for once. So I usually count 6 boxes, but this one is kind of printed close to the edge. Well, never mind. 2, 4, 6. It will have to be enough. And I'm gonna... What am I gonna? Well, I need something beneath, you know, to protect the paper. Do I have something, anything? Well, yes, I do. Look at that. Perfect. Now it depends. Where do I put my calendar? Here or here? I don't know yet, so I'll protect this page for the time being. So what, I mean, I've already counted out the pages I need for my booklet. But actually I could use one more page, because I'm going to glue the tracker onto these pages, or the trackers onto these pages anyway, so they don't need to be white. Let's see. So these will become my Dutch doors. Well done so far. Jinx, jinx. I need those to stay put. Go away. They won't. Narrator voice, they didn't. Okay. How many pages have I got left? Maybe if I used like what's it called? The clamp. I can't see one, so I'm just going to. No, it's too. I feel like a fraud. Why does this person make videos? She doesn't know what she's doing. Well, maybe my target group doesn't know what they are doing and they feel validated. I'll tell myself that. But this is what it's like, you know, every time I make a change in my setup, or when I make, oh, one more page, when I make journals, it's all, my process is chaotic. It's all over the place. Okay. And I never know what I'm doing. And somehow it turns out fine. And this is fine. So, I need a calendar. I need December's calendar, and well, I'm going to see if I can peel it off. Okay, first of all, this tape isn't really pretty to look at, so I'm gonna try to remove it without removing too much of the actual calendar. And here I've, as usual, I've glued it down too well. Always. And it's too thick to glue all of it in, I think. Let's start by just cutting this bit off, because this is not part of the calendar, of the actual like spread, or yeah, calendar. I've glued it onto the inside of the cover, so there is this cardboardy layer that actually seems to come off. Look at that. Woo-hoo. Okay, one down, one to go, or even two, because I have my January calendar as well. So does it go here? Maybe it does. Because what else do I put here? It is quite practical to have the calendar on the very inside of the cover, because it's the first thing you encounter. You don't have to leaf back and forth and be confused. The thing is, I'm not super psyched about having my weeklies on here, because this writing is like distracting. So I think perhaps it does go on here instead, and I'll make a pocket here. That's a good way of using that space. Right, and now we have December on one side, and you know, the rest of December here, and January. Big sigh. So I guess January will go into the, as I said, the insert for calendars. Rip off the band-aid. I mean, it serves me right for being so indecisive and for being spontaneous and just making changes. But I like doing that, so what to do? How this will end in tears. Well, this side is fine because there's nothing on the back that I want to keep. So I've salvaged half of January. Look at this. Oh well. So this will go into the insert here. I don't know. I'm the last person to ask. Okay. Why is the glue so good? Maybe I'll need to rewrite this. Actually, maybe that is what will happen. If I just peel it off so that it's still visible, the text, you know, I can rewrite to make it like whole. Wait a minute. This is almost going well. Almost. Don't jinx it. No. Sooner or later it just sticks too well. But okay, I'll rewrite it. It's fine. I have nothing else to do in my life anyway. This is my hobby, so, you know, writing and rewriting stuff and gluing things and ripping them off again. This is my hobby. There we go. Pristine, beautiful calendar page. All right, but I have liberated December, so I'll just trim it a little tiny bit to make it less likely to bulk up the middle of the book, like close to the spine. I tried to keep it not too bulky. Okay, so I guess this is it. No going back. Again with the gluing, and maybe in a future video I will be peeling the calendar off this very spread and cursing on camera. But I mean, I don't think so. I think this time will be it, you know. This time everything will be perfect. I will have found the perfect setup. I will have planner piece, yada yada yada. I mean, you have to go into things thinking they'll be all right. Believing in what you're doing. So, I never stop believing. Even though I'm piling evidence to the contrary. What the heck? This is wet. This was hard to align. It really sticks before I have a chance to align it. There. Well, I might have to trim it. I'm sorry, I'm not talking a whole lot. Maybe not use that particular glue on that side because it warps the paper. So I'll use this one instead. I mean, to a point, I will say this, to a point I like having really worn and used planners. I want them to feel like they've been banged up because I've been on adventures, you know, like something out of Indiana Jones. But there comes a point where it becomes confusing and sort of counterproductive, and it interferes with my planning, and then it's not so good. And then I change it and start a new book from scratch. Why am I defending myself? I mean, really, who cares? Maybe you're watching because you want to see someone who is more messed up than you. And, you know, if so, you're welcome. I'm fine with that. I know I'm messed up in all sorts of ways. Okay. This must be so boring to watch, but I don't care. Right, December again. And let's just glue this down where I tried to peel it off. So, December calendar. Okay, now it's time for next week's weekly. So I'm going to draw the same things again. It's week 49 next week. And then it is week 50. And what? 51 and 52. And then come my next action spreads, which I will also transfer, but I'm going to draw, let's see, the structure, the grid for next week, and I'm gonna draw the check lines. Will that be the name for them? The check lines, maybe. Where I check off my next actions. So I'm trying. This is gel pen, and I don't want to smudge it. So I've yeah, that's the way I want to do it. I'm just thinking how to do this. It's nice with a border, you know, a white border and then the gold. It's really, really wet. Okay, let's leave it alone for a while. I can do it on this side perhaps. I still smudged it. You know what I'll do in the meantime? I will remove, or try to remove this. That wasn't so hard. What I want is the December tracker, but I think I'll have to... I think I can't peel it off on its own. I think I'll have to cut it out. I'm really butchering the book you've been getting to know lately. That's life. That's life. Maybe I want the November tracker as well to see how many times I've done my knee exercises, because I count how many times per week I do the exercises. So when a new month starts in the middle of a week, I want the old month visible because it houses the week I'm in. Oh. Where did December go? What? How can it disappear so quickly? There it is. Okay. I think I may dare to do this now. There. Really careful. And I have my trackers. And a random bit. What am I going to do with the rest of this? I think I am going to archive my journaling so far. And I think I need to salvage these two signatures that are still unused. So since they are intact signatures, I can use them for something else. So this is easier with a something. I don't know the names of all the tools in English, but I need something, or this would be easier with something other than a pair of scissors. But now, I mean, it's downstairs, the thing I want, and I am not. So this will have to do. Maybe I should start a horror channel where I butcher leuchtturms for people with anxiety issues, so they can sort of live through the horror through me in safety behind their screens. Because in reality, I do have respect for paper and for books, for notebooks. It's just, it's not really visible right now. I have learned to experiment and take risks when it comes to paper and notebooks. But in my heart, I actually prefer leaving my notebooks on the shelf unused, because as soon as you put pen to paper, you ruin them. But that's also why I sort of completely ruin them, because then, you know, as soon as you've ruined it, nothing matters anymore. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm getting tired. It's Friday afternoon and stuff. Let's see, has this dried yet? Maybe. Who knows? Now that I'm going to keep my weeklies, the things on them, it becomes more important to write nicely, which is kind of a problem. Right, so this will be next week. I won't fill in the dates yet. Since there are still pages in here I can use, this is just next action stuff to put into the new planner. But this I can actually use as an insert to do the rest of my journaling in. You know, to use up the rest of the pages here. So these tabs no longer mean anything. So, but never mind. I'll put them where I'll put them in storage after I have put this in. Let's see where the middle of the signature is. I don't know if it's important to hang inserts off the middle, like with the string in the middle of a signature. It just, it feels like it is. Just put that there to protect the other page from smudging. All right, let's put in this I'm gonna put here. Lots of smudging, woohoo! Anyway, I'm not gonna use too much glue this time. Just on the edges. I mean, I do want it to stick though, until I don't. That's a big problem. Maybe glue this in, actually. The old weekly boxes for home. Why not? Why not? Instead of rewriting. It's already written, so why do it again? Oh, is it coming off? Yep. Okay, so I have my weeklies, and then there's room for my next actions. And I do think I have more space now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 pages, oh la la. Okay, so this one goes here. It's just a today tab. Oh, and this is my cred list. And this is a constant reminder to shovel snow from the balcony. And here are some additional post-its. And there's really nothing I need to remember this weekend because I've done all this, so I can abandon the old book. Yes. Now, I have realized that having a heading on a context spread takes up a lot of room. And administration, there's always a lot of administration. I don't know, should I not have headings? Unclear. Let's see what happens if I just put in all the tabs. I mean, nothing happens. I just want to see what it looks like, if I need more tabs. I probably need more tabs since I have more pages. Yes, that's very intelligently deduced. What have we got? This one. I have black and white tabs for work and red and white ones for home. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to take a break. but at the same time, I feel like I should do it all. Like, just get on with it and finish this. I don't know. No, that one. Yes. So, let's see. Say that I have, how many contacts have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 for work. 2 of them can be on the same page. Okay, and home, I have 1, 2, 3. No, wait. Actually, why don't I use 1 page per contacts, and if I fill one in, I then use a new page. I don't have to spread them out to begin with. I mean, I don't know how much space I'll need for administration and so on, but if I just use 1 page for each context, and when I run out of room, I use the next available page for that. First, let's see how much room I need for home. Maybe, okay. Never mind. There are no superfluous pages. I need a red and white tab of some kind. For home, next section. I don't have one. Let's see, maybe I know I have this washi tape that is white with red stars. I will use that one, so I'll just put this one here and cover it with washi tape when I get downstairs. Okay. So, do I use headings or not? So many decisions. You know what? If I write this now, I will make mistakes. And I don't want that. So I'm gonna not do it now. I'm gonna do it tomorrow as part of my morning routine. That's what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll make the pocket. Yes? No? No. No, maybe not. I'll take it downstairs. This 1, 2. I'm done for the day. I'm knackered.